team All-Pro.
How much we sign him for?
1 year.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to GB Talk Sports. I'm Brock Elsesser, and I'm here with
Jonathan Rizzo.
Riley McKnight.
Mr. Dutt,
Future Hall of Famer Mr. Horton, be on camera in a minute.
he's kind of staying behind a glass right now.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, what's your first topic? I got plenty, but I just wanted what you wanted to talk about.
Should we talk about the end of the season?
I guess we could.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
I'd rather
definitely
not.
was.
It was a tough one. Possibly one of the fastest teams I've seen. Watching
Yeah,
them
that's
play.
exactly what
And
I
when you
thought
say
in my
fast,
head
you
when
mean
I watched it.
because I watched the game that brought up and down the court.
Oh, they got up and down the court, and they just
Yeah.
kept going, up
Yeah.
and down, and then
They always made that quick extra pass too.
sure. Well,
Yeah.
and they, you could bust on them a little bit and say, actually, they never got back on defense because they pressed you immediately.
Yeah.
So they'd come into the offensive end, score, and then immediately they stay there.
Yeah.
So you know what? That's a coach's dream team there. For a guy like me that likes to score and get people up and down the court.
They got up and down the floor.
Can you teach that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, to me, I watched the game, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brock. The goal of Genesee Valley is to get it down the floor, get it inside because you're so big. Their
Yeah.
goal was to run
Mhm.
because they figured if I can run, then I don't have to deal with the bigs.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It didn't
And
work.
it seemed like they just did it a little bit better than you guys did.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, they would find I forgot his name, but they would find the player who won MVP.
23.
They would find him right wide open under the basket every time because of they were so good at driving and kicking.
Their penetration.
And, yeah. and
Was he-
finding
Was he their
super
big?
man.
Tristan's
Yeah, but he's
short.
only, what, 5'10"?
No, he might have been like 5'9" even. He was like 5'9",
Yeah,
5'10".
he wasn't that tall.
Yeah.
Really?
And I think almost probably 80% of his points came from right under the rim
Yeah.
with nobody on him
Yeah.
because their offense allowed him to get those shots.
So
Well,
what
they
would,
played that little game where they just drive to the rim and pass the open
Yeah.
person, like,
Yeah.
and it worked like almost every time.
Yeah, they were real good.
so what was
Uh,
like their tallest guy?
Probably Jonathan Jensen was probably about 6'2".
Yeah.
Mhm. And he was no slouch. He was pretty good too.
He's a good player.
Yeah, it was. It'd be interesting to watch them. I happened to watch the game before too.
Plattsburgh
Pressburg,
and Elba.
Alba. Interesting to watch that matchup. When is that? Tuesday or is that Wednesday?
I'm not sure.
Who won that? Elbow one?
No,
Prattsburg
Prattsburg.
won. So it'll be Prattsburg versus Avoca.
Similar style, Prattsburg, or no?
No, not really.
I haven't ever seen them play.
I mean,
you guys
kinda.
played them twice.
Prattsburg
kinda.
runs through their best player Mason Putnam a lot. Like,
It's kind of it's the same style, but it's in a different way. It's not just
Yeah.
like with Avoca, it's anybody that gets the ball, they
Yeah,
just go.
It's more
Yeah.
With,
centered around these.
Prattsburg,
Yeah.
they
With
got
Prattsburg,
Putnam, right?
it's
Putnam,
get the ball,
right.
give it to Putnam, and have Putnam go.
Yeah,
up
where
the court.
Avoca is a lot
Yeah.
more well-rounded, I would say. If that's a
Yeah.
fair term.
I think it'd be pretty fair to say Avoca
But-
would win, but
yeah.
anything can happen. But I honestly think Avoca is gonna make a run to states.
Avoca looks
Avoca's
really good.
2-0
Yeah, they
this
were
season
solid.
against Prattsburg. Also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just.
They could. They're serious D contenders.
Yeah.
Well, and they're so-
I mean, my dad's usually a pretty negative guy about everything,
Really?
and I got home.
I don't
Really?
know. Really? That surprises me.
I got home after the game, and he's
Somebody
like,
in your
"That."
family?
Yeah, no. I got home after the game, and he's like, that team has a pretty legitimate chance to go to the states. There's a good team.
So he saw the potential.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They're solid. And they just run. And I think the key to their success is that they don't center on just one guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You
think
know,
I really-
any one of
yeah.
them has the green
Yeah.
light to shoot when they're open.
I mean, I think that the guy who got the MVP, I don't think that would be expected, but he did.
Mhm.
So is this a get it and go offense?
It is get it and go.
Yeah.
It is just.
And
It
they're
is
really
go.
unselfish. They just don't care who scores. They were making a lot of
Right.
extra
They
passes.
forced so many turnovers too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell
many.
you that we did say, I would just want to revisit that it is possible to coach that to a point, though. You've got to get players that want to play that.
Yeah,
way.
they have to buy in.
They have to buy into it.
Right.
Because, we've all coached teams that, man, we should be a running team. We want to run, and it just doesn't work out.
Right.
You've got to be, your skill level to run it's got to be pretty good, or else
Yes.
you'd be turning the ball over all the
Yep.
time.
Yep. And they were good. Kudos to Brock. Brock played a whale of a game.
Yeah, Brock threw down 17.
17.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice game, Brock.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But it was tough. It was like, it was like if you're playing baseball, you're swatting flies the entire time. Like those guards were like on you guys
Yeah.
constantly. Like you couldn't dribble for more than 2 dribbles without someone
No.
bumping you, riding you in your face, trying to cut you off, you had to switch directions.
And that gets frustrating.
Sure does.
Really frustrating.
Yeah.
So there was no walk the ball up the court kind of.
Not once.
No.
Not
No.
once.
Yeah, it's not even that we weren't prepared for it. We knew it was coming. We did
Yeah.
everything we could to prepare, and they just outdid us in every
Yeah.
way
And
possible.
there hasn't been very many teams that have pressed us like that, really.
And
I don't
honestly,
think you've ever seen anything
They're
like
really
that.
the only team that has pressed us.
I don't
the
know why
entire
more
game.
teams haven't pressed us though.
Well,
Well, there's there again. In
There-
order to
this-
press,
this
you got to
team-
have that
yeah,
kind of
ability
talent,
to run,
do
yeah.
it.
I guess.
Because
yeah.
you know what, the teams that don't get pressed are the ones that break the press and score 2 layups in a row.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay.
Right. Yeah, it was, I mean, even to the end, what did it end up, 80 to 58? I don't think there was even, Johnny, when we were finishing up the game, they were still in the front court the whole time, right? They were just everywhere.
Yeah.
You had 3 dribbles maybe without somebody in your grill.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, even when the bench came in, they were still kind of playing like that.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously not as good and not to the same extent, but still.
Right.
So it
But that's
must
their
be-
style.
it
That's
must be
what
a
they
style
do.
of coaching.
It's kind of what they did
Yeah.
last year too, if I remember right.
Somebody I was sitting near said that Brian Clancy. Do you remember Brian Clancy? Shout out to Brian Clancy, who's up in Batavia, knows everything about everything in terms of high school basketball. He was talking about them from last year, saying same style, more talent this year from Avoca.
Which is weird because they lost.
Like their best player last year.
Yeah.
Ladre
But
Sanders.
sometimes there's
Yeah.
addition through subtraction.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through that guy, so
Yeah.
now you're more well-rounded and
And
everybody
I'm sure,
develops
I'm
as
sure that
play.
all the players that were on the team last year have improved a lot
Yeah.
Sure.
over the season.
And they
over
got
the
that
offseason.
the Jensen, and he's a good player too.
Yeah,
he,
the Four
He got a lot of he got most of the rebounds probably, I would think.
And he's a really good shooter, too.
I think he really helped spread the court because
Sure,
Yeah.
because you got to watch out for him.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
shot is a big threat.
Yeah.
He was
definitely.
smooth too.
He didn't make a ton. I mean, he made pretty much everything he took against us.
He
but
was bigger
we
against
watched
Notre Dame.
film
Batavia.
against
Or not Notre Dame, but
Honeyway, and
Honeyway.
he hit like probably 6 threes.
yeah.
So just looking at the Avoca roster, they're all seniors except for one person.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
all-
All seniors.
I didn't know that.
All seniors except for number 14, Pacey Hopkins.
So
He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's a big deal. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
which means they've been playing together for how long?
Their whole lives since they're like 7 years old, probably.
Right, right.
A lot of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the schedule.
So the assistant coach, Jeff Acor, why does that name sound familiar to me? I should know that name.
I don't know. I knew an A-Corps that was a female that ran track for Hornell, who was amazing. Jocelyn.
I think it is a Hornell name, is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking.
Yep.
Man.
Jocelyn A-Corps. She was incredible. Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, hey, it was a good season
Yeah, very good.
for the boys. Jonathan's got a different perspective. Is a senior when it's over, and is a junior when it's over. You know?
Yeah, I actually think it's worse as a junior.
Really?
Yeah, because you're seeing the other people go through it
Yeah.
being done. And I think it's easier once you're going through being done than it is to see the other people doing it because you don't know what it feels like. You just see them.
Right.
Right. 18-5 though. That's not shabby.
No.
Yeah.
Good record, good season. Move on.
But I think if we would have lost to Batavia Notre Dame, it would have been different too.
Sure.
Oh yeah. At least this is a sectional final. Got that experience,
Mhm.
right?
Playing in Blue Cross
Playing
Arena.
Blue Cross.
Yeah.
You know, think about how many teams were in D1, D2. Probably 20 teams total
Yeah.
between the two. Only 2 got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the other 18 were either there or watching it being streamed. So, yeah,
Interesting how many on the boys' side it was the 1 versus the 2
yeah.
in the final. And the 1 won a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That one's 1-7, the B2.
Yeah.
But just interesting.
It is. So it's on. What do we got today? Baseball.
Baseball and track
Track,
start this
baseball and
morning,
track.
or this
Golf
afternoon.
and-
Golf and
Golf,
tennis.
Tennis.
Do we have any golf players here? Savannah, are you golfing?
Softball.
Oh, that's right. Savannah,
Savannah said
behind the
softball.
glass today is wearing the Angelica softball throwback sweatshirt.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
It's a good season too. I played every.
Yeah.
You did.
Started every game. Batted 600. No big deal.
No big deal. Wow.
If you had to sit down and watch a game, we probably don't want to have this conversation.
We don't want to have
Okay,
this
I'm not
conversation. Don't go there. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say?
I know exactly where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather watch a high school baseball game or a high school softball game? So there you go.
Neither.
Neither. That says neither. I want to run. I just want to run. Are you all three? You guys doing track? Riley, you doing track?
I don't know. Been going back and forth.
You're aren't you a speedster or a long distance runner? No.
I don't know. Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever. I want to call it. Mr. Dutt, track.
Yeah.
Season you look forward to. Now listen, this is the first time coming in that you haven't been off from a winter sport season. Coaching.
Right, in a while.
It'll
Yeah.
be. It probably will be more. You'll come in more relaxed.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. People ask what your team's going to be like, and I say, I don't know. Ask me March 31st.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you put those signs up, and people sign up, and you're like, yeah, how many of those actually show up? And then you have people who
Right.
don't sign up who show up, and so
Did you feel like you missed coaching basketball this winter a little bit?
there were parts of it.
Yeah.
Parts of it I missed. Yeah, I didn't miss the everyday exhausted going home thing.
Right.
But I'm sitting there up there with watching the game Saturday, thinking about, okay, what would I do differently?
Yeah.
What would I try? What would I, and I would agree with you guys. I'm not sure Avoca was playing so well.
I don't know if there was anything
I don't know
we
if
could
there's
have done,
anything.
unless maybe on another day if they played worse.
Yeah.
But if they played like that, I don't think we could have beat that team no matter what.
Yeah,
But, that's a good feeling though. Like you guys played hard. Everybody, I talked to said you played hard, played well. They're a better team. That's okay. I think that's
Right.
almost easier, right?
it is.
Than like losing by 2 and going like 3 for 20 from the foul line.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Right.
It's
those
just-
kind of games are horrible.
Yeah, it's hard to win when you have 16 turnovers in the first half.
Is that a lot? I'm not sure.
In
Yeah,
comparison to what would we have 0 against Sayo that win game on CNA?
Probably one. I think we had one.
One
we had
or
one turnover.
one maybe.
Right
Yeah.
At the end of the half.
So again, the team style of play forces turnovers that
Yeah.
normally wouldn't occur.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a combination of both. It's not like you're intentionally turning the ball
No,
over.
yeah.
Those are forced turnovers.
Sure.
Sometimes you play bad because you play bad. Sometimes you play bad because the other team makes you play bad.
Absolutely. And
That's
so, as a coach, I can remember these games. Like, are we just playing bad, or is this team good?
Really that good.
Really that good?
I think this is the first team we actually faced this year that just legitimately made us play bad. I think all the other teams were they're slightly better than us. They're kind of level-ish almost.
Yeah.
But this team is the first one yeah.
They force the action.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm
Hey,
trying to-
Did the Lakers and the Clippers play last night?
Yeah, the Lakers smoked them.
That's the first time this year, right? They hadn't beat the Clippers at all this year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
Sorry,
Oh,
Joe, we'll go back to the pros just for a
Oh,
second.
okay.
But Riley and I were looking at the fact that Avoca is now 22-1.
I think they lost their first game.
They lost their first game by 3 to Elba,
Yep.
and they've won 22 straight.
And that's funny. And Plattsburgh beat Elba.
And
But,
Yeah.
but they've beat Plattsburgh
beat
twice
Plattsburgh
this
twice.
year.
Yeah, it was
Close
the
games,
first
though,
game
right?
of the year against Alba. Yeah.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Ooh. That is
It
a true
is.
statement.
I don't think it'll be hard for this team, though.
Plattsburgh, they beat them 75-62 and beat them 67-64.
All right, so neither game was a blowout.
All right, I
Both
gotta-
pretty close.
Oh, are you leaving already?
All right, right guy. See ya.
It's all right. It's all right. And I missed your comments on the Lakers. Sorry, I was stuck on Avoca.
The Lakers we're just saying Lakers hadn't beat the Clippers at all this season.
The Lakers look great lately. What, they beat the Clippers and they beat the Bucks this weekend? I mean, that's Right, Brock? They beat the Clippers and the Bucks. The Lakers did. Yeah, this weekend. So, team to beat, just like Brock predicted.
Actually, I predicted the Clippers.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Right, Brock's yelling at me that he predicted the Clippers, not the Lakers. So we'll see how that works out.
You predicted the Clippers?
Yep, to win the whole thing
Lakers are
because he
tough.
they were deeper.
How'd that soccer game wind up? I had an occasion to bump into Johnny Rocket last night, and I told him I was watching the Portland something others against the Nashville Soccer Club.
Yeah, it was
The
like 1-0.
Portland something other.
Portland
They were like-
Timbers.
Portland what?
Portland Timbers.
Timbers, that's
Yeah.
right. I couldn't think of the name. At least I remember Portland and
It's close.
Nashville. Yeah. That I found myself randomly watching soccer on television.
Good for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be informed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to be well-rounded sports individual.
Yep. I didn't watch anything yesterday. I watched the boys play on Saturday. I watched the girls finals on Friday. So yesterday I kind of took the day off from watching
Watching
athletics.
sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 102-103. Did you already say the score of the Lakers game?
No, I didn't.
So what did you say about NFL? What did you say about the Bills? They just
112,
signed-
103. Yeah. The Bills signed Josh Norman to cornerback to play opposite Tre'Davious White. Josh Norman, that's a pretty big name.
He's
He
been
was-
on the decline a little bit.
A little bit,
Was
absolutely.
he with Carolina?
He was with Carolina when McDermott was there.
Yeah.
He was with Washington for the last 4 years.
His
but-
best years were in Carolina.
Yeah, but you look at it. I mean, he was All Pro 2015.
Yeah.
Now that was 5 years ago. I get it, but if you compare him to what the Bills had playing opposite Tre'Davious White last year,
Yeah.
even Josh Norman at a decline level is better than what was on the other side.
True.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting older. As long as he can stay out of injury trouble, that defense is going to be
Right.
extra tough.
Even better.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was obvious they were trying to go away from Tre'Davious.
Absolutely. Why would you throw at
Why would-
Tre'Davious? He was one or two, along with Stephon Gilmore, in terms of
Former Buffalo Bills, Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Tre'Davious White and Stephon Gilmore?
you couldn't throw on them.
I know.
You wouldn't be able to.
You'd have to target the safeties.
It would have
and
to
the
be tight ends.
Tight ends and the
It'd
running
be tight
backs,
ends
yeah.
and slot receivers because you couldn't go to your wideouts.
Yeah.
But it's a no-brainer for the Bills. You got this guy for $6 million, right? $8 million with incentives,
How long of a contract?
1
is it?
year.
1 year. 1 year.
and they have $90 million in cap space.
Might as well.
Yeah,
Spend it on something.
I was hearing it this weekend that the Bills have revamped their entire roster from 2016 or 2017. There's like 2 guys left
yeah.
from that without any resources. And now they have $90 million in resources. So it could be interesting.
Well, are we seeing the Bean stay with the program kind of thing? Is that what we're seeing now?
Yeah, whatever. You can't. It's probably copyrighted, so I can't say trust the process.
Trust the process.
But that idea of I mean, I think they had in mind that this was the year they were really going to be good.
This year?
This coming year, because the first year was a kind of a fluke.
Yeah.
They won 9 games. Andy Dalton throws a miracle pass.
Yeah.
And the Baltimore Ravens
They get
lose,
into
and they get in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Yeah.
And then the second year, you expected it to be bad because they were dumping salary like
Yeah.
crazy. Third year, you got Josh Allen for a second year. You got your franchise quarterback. Second year, you start to put pieces in place. I think this is the year coming up that they had planned to be really good.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works. And if it just so happens that Brady's out of the division,
Yeah.
If
That helps.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it depends who the Patriots would end up going out and getting.
Unless Brady
I heard they're
goes-
going to go with what's his name, Chittum, I can't remember, the backup. That they like him.
unless
that's what I heard this
unless
weekend.
Brady goes to like Miami or someplace like
Who do they have
It would
as a
be for the
backup?
weather.
Yeah.
That would be the only reason he would go to Miami.
that. Who is the backup in New England?
I heard this weekend. I don't remember. I was watching something.
So
Oh,
let's-
is it Stidham?
Stidham. There
Yeah.
you go. I was close.
Yeah, I didn't even have to look it up. I
just thought
remembered.
you were sneezing or something.
God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you. Yeah. Yeah. Stidham. They think he's great. They think he might be the next Jimmy Garoppolo. Who knows?
Who knows?
But somebody also said the Vegas still has the odds at 80% chance that he's going back to New England.
Nothing would surprise me. You know, and on ESPN on the NFL homepage it says are Gronk and Luck the new models for retirement from football. Our player's going to play that. Say, listen, I can actually spell my own name and speak in complete sentences, and
Walk away.
I'm going to walk away. I'm out.
Probably.
I can walk. I'll be able to walk my kids to school.
Seeing them
without
do
a
that
limp.
is why I'm surprised J.J. Watt hasn't retired with the injury troubles he's had the last couple of years.
Yep.
I mean, he's not super young anymore. He's the one I think of the most. Guy that's just had a lot of injuries. Good player, but you'd think he would have retired by now.
Well, and a guy like J.J. Watt's pretty personable.
Yeah.
He's got a broadcasting career.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for
sure.
sure.
I'm not going to lie. I never was a Tony Romo fan.
As a player?
Didn't hate him, but just never was a fan as a player.
Yeah, I mean,
He-
either.
He's a pretty good broadcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real good.
He's not bad.
And to be honest with you, he might be in the top 10 undrafted players to play in the NBA or NFL.
Probably.
I didn't know he was undrafted. He's undrafted?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
I don't think it's even probably top 10. I'd say he's top 10.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I was never a huge fan of him, but he's fun to listen to. But he just got a contract with CBS
I think so.
for some crazy millions of
Yeah.
dollars.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw that they were trying to I think ESPN was trying to pull off some swap deal with NBC or something.
Yeah. Al Michaels got traded.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I didn't know you could
They
do
do
that.
that in
Yeah,
broadcasting?
they traded the broadcaster, and I don't know. It sounded like a spoof to me. So
That's what I thought too.
It sounded like a spoof where they're trading the broadcaster for the rights to some cartoon or something. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like the companies.
It sounded fake, just like a joke, but what if it'd be crazy if it was real?
So who are the Bills going to have in the backfield? Does Gore stay? I mean,
No.
Gore, does he retire?
NBC trading Al Michaels to ESPN would make sense for all
Oh,
parties.
It would make sense. Oh, you thought
Yeah,
it
because
was
they
one of
wanted him
those
to work
spoof
with
stories.
they wanted him to be with Peyton Manning to do Monday Night Football. I guess because I think Peyton Manning's gonna do the ESPN games on Monday.
Okay, here you go. How ESPN traded Al Michaels for Oswald the Rabbit.
Oh, gee.
Oh, this was a couple years ago.
Yeah, this was 2015.
And now they're looking to trade him back.
They want to trade him back. Or they want to get him back in the trade. Oh, come on. What are we doing?
Oh, that's funny.
Nearly 80 years after Walt Disney first created the precursor to Mickey Mouse, Oswald Rabbit came home. Oh, my gosh.
What?
The
Anyway,
in
that's
watching
funny.
some of the, we haven't even touched on, but are we done with the Bills? Should we finish the Bills?
We,
I'd
who's in
like
the
talking about the
backfield?
Bills. I like-
Singletary will be there. Ivory? Is he going to come back?
Murphy?
Murphy,
Off
maybe?
the practice squad? You know I'm a fan.
Yeah, I don't think Gore comes back.
Yeah, retires.
Yeah, I think Singletary is your main back, and then maybe you find somebody to spell him every once
The
in a while.
only way
See,
Gore
since
doesn't
I'm on
retire.
record, the third leading rusher of all time.
Yeah.
Gore
This
Yeah.
year. Do you
Something
think
like
that's
that.
why he played for the Bills just to get that this year?
Maybe.
I mean, does he have a chance at getting higher or no?
He's not going to catch Emmitt Smith.
Okay.
I don't think. You guys could be wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. That's happened before.
Yeah. But
Well, not that I want to jump around subjects, but
Go
while
ahead.
you're looking that up, we haven't even touched on, the tournaments, the
No,
NCAA.
he's 3,000 yards away.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not going to get that.
No.
Not before he's like 62.
Right. Championship week.
could he get second?
Championship. Who's second?
Probably not. Walter Payton.
Walter Payton at 16-7.
Probably
and
not.
Gore's at 15-3.
So I guess the only reason he stays is if he takes a huge salary cut and stays
if he
in
just
hopes
wants
of
to keep
winning a
playing.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening.
Yeah. That would be surprising to me.
It would be.
Although, you talk about people who are retired. Jason Witten retired and came back.
Yeah.
Oh.
And played
He played pretty good.
decent.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like he knew he
decent
was
enough
going to
start
come back.
Play for them.
Yeah.
It's like he knew he was going to.
So
Like he took a year off to let his body rest.
Yeah. Like, there's no way you stay in shape that well and, like, just ready. Like,
Well,
I mean, maybe it was tough for him. I don't know. But
Right.
it didn't seem like it was. He kind of just started right off and played, like, not really old him, but just, like, solid.
sure. I wonder if you just get lost. Like if you're a player and you've been playing since Pee-wees,
Yeah.
right? Since you were 8, and you're now 35. You've been playing football for 27 years.
yeah.
It's
And
what you
When
do.
you're a world-class athlete, to take a year off, not that huge of a deal, right? Is it?
No, not really.
Gronkowski lost a little bit of strength when.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we'll just leave that hanging out there.
This is what happens when you stop taking
I,
substances.
Yeah.
There was no accusation from the middle chair here. Just want to point that out. Did you catch that, Savannah? Never mind.
I've always been a big fan of
What
Gronk,
time
but
are we at?
We're at 26.
All right.
All right.
You
so
wanted to go where?
I wanted to go with
Basketball.
championship week, but we might better save that till.
See the Liberty Flames won last night?
I was just looking at that. Or don't they win in the what's that American division or whatever?
It's
that
the
is?
Atlantic Sun.
Oh, the Atlantic Sun division.
Yep, the Atlantic Sun.
who they play against?
Hampton, I think. Or
The
no.
game I was interested.
Somebody
in,
else
you know,
beat
where I
Hampton.
was looking, and maybe you guys caught it, was San Diego State and
Utah State.
Utah State. Who won that game?
Utah State won it.
Did they?
So
San Diego
that
State is amazing.
that conference just knocked out a Big Ten team.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now. That
Because
conference
San
is
Diego State is going to be in the tournament.
San Diego State might still be a number 1 seed
Yeah.
in the tournament.
Yeah.
And now Utah State just took somebody else's spot.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That would be like somebody in the A10 beating Dayton.
Yeah.
Because you know Dayton's in.
Yeah, and so the player for Dayton that did that between the legs dunk is I'm watching that, right? It's on every highlight, and that's one of those career makers or breakers. If he misses that dunk, right? If you
Yeah.
are in a championship game and you put the ball between your legs and dunk it, and it goes off the back of the rim and winds up at half court, does that hurt your career?
Yes.
Yeah. Now people think you're a showboat, just can't quite get it done. But now you do that dunk and people go, oh,
That's
Ja
that guy.
Morant, he's a.
Is it the guy for Dayton that's really good? Is it
Yeah.
the really good
What's
guy?
his- Tuppen?
I don't
Is
know.
that his name?
I can't
Yeah,
think of his name.
Toppin, something like that, yeah.
Toppin,
He's a stud.
I mean, for Dayton, no offense to Dayton, but I mean, they're in a category with probably UB, probably.
See, I'd
It's a
put
little
them higher.
higher.
I'd say
Higher than
they're
UB.
in with Butler, Murray State.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Those
kind of
guys.
those teams that are always in the tournament, but they're never,
so-
and they make a run once in a while, but they're never like there.
A team with a decent basketball reputation.
Yeah.
Well, who was there? Was it Archie Miller? Yeah, was there for a little while, and now he's coaching some big time school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
will
Dayton's been
probably-
pretty good for a while.
The tournament starts Thursday this week.
No, the ACC tournament starts this Thursday.
So probably doesn't start for two
The
more
bracket.
weeks.
This
Brackets
coming-
come out Sunday.
I was going to say this coming weekend is
Selection Sunday.
But the ACC tournament doesn't start till Thursday.
Yep. Or no, it might start. It might start Wednesday. Quarterfinals are Thursday.
We're at 29.
Oh, so they'll
All
have
right,
to
well-
they'll have to play back to backs.
Right. They play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, and the finals are Saturday night.
all right. Johnny, take us home. It's been a good show.
Thanks for tuning in to GV Talk Sports. Thanks to WRAQ for putting us on the air. I'm Jonathan Rizzo.
Mr. Dutt,
Future Hall of Famer, Mr. Horton.
have a great day.
Have a great week, everybody.